Ah, shit. Well, it happened. Hey, hello, and how's it going, my fellow DeFi DEGEN friends? So, as you all have probably seen by now, it happened. After this whole last week that we've encountered, all of the allegations and FUD and the clampdown from the one and only Harry Yeh, it has turned out he's made an announcement yesterday, and it has happened. So the video that I released yesterday was actually titled "Is Harry Yeh aping into 2 and then about 3 hours after I released that, he made the announcement. So I'm only putting pieces together that I've seen in the community and what other people have said. Obviously there's been an absolute shitstorm that's followed on from this announcement. If you're looking back at the timeline, Tuesday we started with the Tomb Tuesday announcement. Harry Yeh said he's going to clamp down on all the forks, all the rugs. Anyone who's made a Tomb fork is getting it, going to see his lawyers. And then fast forward to Thursday, Friday, we saw there was like a 2 million spot buy on the 2 shares, with Harry Yeh was shitposting in the 2 Discord. So there's a lot of speculation. A lot of people, I think it was just speculation. I'm not going to be the one to say it was Harry Yeh because it's the blockchain, there's no way to prove that. However, it's very interesting that Harry Yeh and his team at Tomb, pretty much the whole Tomb community, fudded against 2 3 and now we're at this point. I just don't know how this has happened. Harry Yeh apparently was saying in some of the Discord channels that him and his team have done their due diligence and, you know, extensively looked into 2 to verify that it is legitimate. He did that in the space of 3 days. I don't know if that's just in keeping with the fast pace of the crypto space, audits like that can be done in 3 days, or on the other end of things, if it was just Harry Yeh saving face. We all know when he came out on Tuesday with this aggressive stance saying he's going to crack down on all the forks, he's going to take people to court, people are going to be held accountable. We all knew it was quite aggressive, and that really showed in the community. There were quite a few, you know, FTM influencers on Twitter. They was against it. A lot of the community was against it, and also a lot of the TVL was leaving Tomb and heading into 2 So I feel like Harry Yeh's kind of had to make this rash, you know, U-turn just to appease the community. But if you're in the Tomb Discord or in the Telegram, you would have seen it has not gone down well at all, and it's quite understandable too. I do understand where the community is coming from. You know, they've got the boss Harry Yeh is saying, you know, just 4 days ago that anyone investing in this is probably going to get rugged, you're going to lose your money. And then a couple of days later, he's just turned around and said, yeah, we're partnering with 2 you know, this is with the future, this is where we're going to go forward. You know, understandably, the Tomb community has kind of lost a shit with this. They've been underpegged quite a lot recently. They've been, you know, sticking by Tomb. You know, Tomb is the one and only. There's nothing else. Tomb is life and all the rest of that. Just for Harry Yeh to turn around and say, yeah, and these cheap forks, as it were, that's their words, not mine, to say that, you know, we are partnering with them. So it's a bit of a catch-22. I'm not sure what the true intentions are. I don't know if Harry Yeh is doing this just to move Tomb forward, as he says. You know, he's been quite vocal about this is the best decision. He's the one who saved Tomb in the first place, so this is the best decision. Everyone just has to trust him. But if you also want to look at the other side of things, where people were saying maybe himself or one of his team did buy into 2 a couple of days ago before the announcement. I'm not going to get into any of that because none of it is verifiable, none of it is like 100% truth, but that's kind of where speculation is amongst the investors right now. So you can see why the Tomb community are quite pissed off about it. Right, so looking at the Medium article that Harry posted, I'll just run through a couple of little bits. So the title, Accountability in DeFi and the Tomb ecosystem goes both ways. Tomb Finance, 2 3 yes, you read that right. And a new safe harbour extension of DeFi is being created. So instead of Tomb is life, it's now T23 is life, and life is 223 I'm not sure that's quite as catchy as it was before. It's going to be a bit tricky to put that on a t-shirt, but that's the new motto. So it's a very detailed article. It's not 100% clear what the future intentions are going forward between both projects. A lot of it is just about accountability. I'll leave a link in the description if anyone's not read it yet. You can go and check out for yourself. So our mission is to bring accountability to DeFi has started to take hold, albeit in a way that could benefit some refinement. Bottom line, we achieved what we wanted to in terms of accountability, and we're now supporting working with 2 Ohm and 3 Ohm. You know, this is kind of what was said in the beginning of the week when he made the announcement, and maybe his PR team has had a word with him and saying, look, maybe it was a bit hasty. You know, we're getting a lot of backlash from this. You know, they lost, say, 5% of the whole TVL that migrated to Tomb, and that was after the FUD announcement. And then if you check the charts over the last couple of days, if you want to check the chart yesterday when the main announcement was made, it was around, maybe this time, it was sitting, you know, around 2,300, the 2 shares price. And then from there, Harry made the announcement and it shot right up to just touching 4k, and then it went up to about 4.5k later that night, and that's just insane, because if you look back at the previous videos that I made, we saw that 2 shares actually dropped to, you know, around $700 after the main FUD announcement. It climbed back up after that, but we was also saying how certain investors that are quite, you know, paper hands, if you like, very insecure with holding their investments, but for someone like Harry Yeh to FUD a project like 2 Ohm, for a lot of people who do follow Harry Yeh as the person that they do take trust in, they sold at that point maybe around $700. Since then, you know, the price has touched up to about 4.5k, which is almost 5 times this bottom that Harry Yeh FUD'd. So I also said in my last video that I'm not too sure we do want a whale like Harry Yeh in 2 Ohm or in any other small cap project for that matter, because of things like this. I know for a lot of people, myself, I'm invested in both Tomb and 2 Ohm, so I'm just kind of riding it out as other people are, but some people don't have that luxury. Some people are sitting in Tomb waiting for the almighty Harry Yeh to bring them up to peg, to bring T-shares back to all-time high, and then Harry Yeh's made the announcement 2 Ohm, and 2 Ohm has gone flying, and these people are missing the boat, or they've sold at the FUD, or, you know, it's a lot of manipulation going on. You know, I don't think that's really fair for a lot of people who've got smaller bags in the space, who are a bit insecure with how they're investing. They do buy and sell on news. So I just don't think it's what we do need in the space. Obviously there's not a lot we can do about it. You know, don't get me wrong, I am excited to see how the 2 Ohm and Tomb partnership, how it all unfolds, but I'm just not 100% sure it's the right thing to do for just the space in general, but we'll just see how it plays out. We are very much against forks that pose a danger to our community and to our users, and we will actively call them out if we see suspicious activity. So we've agreed all this time that, you know, people who are rugging, people who are taking the piss, you know, they do need to be held accountable, and you know, that is still a stance that I think everyone stands by. However, the main issue is how it's just backtracked forwards and backwards, and kind of messed with a lot of people's investments in the meantime. For himself as a billionaire and the people he was involved with, it's not an issue for them that, you know, T-shares has dropped 20 to 30% and maybe missing out on 2 Ohm that's gone up 50, 60, 70%. But for a lot of other people in the space who are following this kind of advice, it really does then become problematic. So I just want this to kind of mellow out now so people can find the feet, find where they should be putting the money, you know, without any kind of inconsistencies of what's actually going on. If they should sell the tokens but then buy them later in the week when Harry changes his mind, that just kind of needs to be cut out, and people need transparency. The whole point that Harry Yeh has made through all of this is like accountability. That is the main word he's used throughout, and I just don't think Harry Yeh himself is being fully accountable for manipulating a project's price from like rock bottom on a Tuesday and then, you know, skyrocket it by Friday night. I'm not FUDing against Harry Yeh by any means. I think he's done a great job with Tomb, and I am excited to see how it unfolds with 2 Ohm as well. However, I just feel like if you're the person who's, you know, your main mission statement now is accountability, you need to practice what you preach to, and make things more transparent and more clear for the community that you are involved in. So I will leave a link to the Medium article in the description. You can go and check it out yourself if you like. I did want to get into some of the comments that a lot of people were posting in the Tomb Telegram and the Tomb Discord, but there's just so much that's been said and so much that can be talked about with regards to that. I'll probably do a separate video for that. So I just wanted to get that main, focus point out with regards to the announcement that was just made in last night with Harry Yeh. I know that's kind of affecting everyone, affecting the market and each individual project. But by all means, let me know what you think down below, or follow me on Twitter. I'll leave the link in the description. Follow me on Twitter, send me a message, let me know what you think. These are all just my own personal opinions. Obviously, 2 ohm and 2 shares, 3 ohm, 3 shares have all skyrocketed in the last 24 hours again from previous highs, just 2 days ago. So please take caution with them. Don't go aping into them now, because you maybe have lost a bit of money on 2. Right now is not the time to be going ape shit on those projects. I don't want anyone thinking Harry Yeh partnering with a project is going to just send it to the moon, because it's just not the case, and you just still need to be cautious with everything that's going on. So yeah, let me know what you thought. I'll do a follow-up video to all of the comments that Harry Yeh and all the team got, and it's just been an absolute whirlwind. There's crazy comments in there. Harry Yeh told a couple of people to F off. So I will do a separate video to that maybe tomorrow or the day after, depending on some other crazy announcement doesn't happen, which is, the odds on that are quite likely at the moment with everything that's been going on. So yeah, thank you for watching, my fellow DeFi DEGEN friends. I will keep you updated. Keep track of yourself, see what's going on. There's 100 things happening all the time, every minute. So it's good to keep track of it yourself. Make good investments, stay cautious, and have a great day.